There is no God here or anything else. These are only figures. Just because there is a cross here does not mean that Jesus is here or anything else. They created figures here as a piece of work for us to imagine. These are pieces of work, but when can God come? If someone comes here, kneels down, and calls on God, God could come. If someone comes to this place of solemn environment and asks for God's presence, yes, he could come. This is how God works. What happens if someone asks for Jesus? Yes, he could come. What kind of thoughts did you have that matched the frequency with Jesus when you came here? Depending on your mindset, you can make Jesus come. Then, can you call on Siddhartha Buddha to come? Yes, he can come. Can you call on a mountain spirit to come here? Yes, they can come too. This is only a place, a location. Any entity can come here. Can you call on your ancestral spirits to come here? Yes, they can come too. Then when can they not come? When you call on God, you cannot call on your ancestral spirits. It is not a place where any entity can come when God is present. So it can happen at any place by anybody calling for their presence. Then if you were to call on God at a park, can he come? Yes, he can. God will come when you call on him here at a park, even from your patio at home. He came when you called on him. However, nowadays, when does he come with the frequency matched to yours? Now, things have changed from the past. God will come when you have the mindset of helping others in public service. God, please help my son pass the exam. God will not come when you say such a prayer. Do you think God will move when you pray for your son? No, it is not such a time now. This is the difference. You need to understand God well now. You have a right to call on God when you ask for him if you love your neighbors and God's world.
내가 이웃을 사랑하면서 하느님 청하면 하느님을 부를 수 있는 자격이 있어요.
You can also call on God when you need help in trying to do something beneficial for society. But if you ask for God to help your husband, then your thinking is very wrong. It is not right to ask God's help for your own comfort. At least, you need to think about helping your neighbors, society, the country, or humanity to have the right to call on God. You cannot call on God for the benefit of your organization. You cannot ask God to help your organization or even your country. If you want to help your neighbors, then yes, you can ask for God's help. Does this make sense? We need to learn a big lesson and advance to the next level. The time to beg for help is over. Aren't we intellectuals? If we come to such a place, we need to know and learn why people built such a place, what kind of place this is, and what we need to do in such a place. When there is a mass, people come to see the priest. People didn't come to see God. Catholic priest delivers a sermon up there. People come to listen to the priest. People didn't come to see God. If a pastor stands up there, then people come to listen to the pastor. If a Buddhist monk sits there to deliver a lecture, then people have come to listen to the monk. This place can be a Buddhist temple, a church, or a Catholic church. This can be a place for a meeting or a place to share knowledge. message. Why should places like this be open to the public? They can keep certain areas off limits to protect certain pieces of work. However, this place was created by the sweat and blood of the people. This is a holy place. Regardless of what kind of country it is, rich or poor, the bricks went up by the collective resources of the people. There is no single owner of this place. That is why this place can be God's kingdom and God's palace. Anyone can come here, kneel, and speak their heart. Then God will manifest. If you speak from the heart, God will always manifest Himself. God is not within you just because you are a Christian or a Catholic. With what kind of thoughts are you living? Are you living with the idea of service to the public? In the past, God came even if someone had personal greed. But now you must live a life of service to others. Only then will God come to you. Do not ask, when will God come in front of me? God's frequency will connect with you. Does that make sense? Aren't you glad that we came here? This is how we make this visit.